Good morning. Welcome back to my backyard garden. Today we have a small project to do. We're going to use a 45-gallon landscaping bucket that was from a tree that I had replaced in the front yard. We're going to set it up as a bed for some sweet potatoes for the spring. And behind here, this is the 45-gallon tub. Below, I've got a small platform with wheels that I built so that once this is filled, I can move it around. We're also going to create some drainage for it. We're using some perlite and vermiculite, and then put for the last part, drip irrigation system in it. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to add to it is some bags of, had really good luck with Miracle-Gro, starting the plants out really well. Get a base of potting soil with some amendments to help it drain. So we'll go ahead and get started adding a little bit of that. Put a few handfuls of vermiculite in. So you can get a little better view of what this is. It's just a organic or non-organic, I guess. I believe it's volcanic pumice that's been crushed and then heated and expanded so it retains water. And then the perlite, I'm not going to add a lot because the Miracle-Gro already has quite a bit in it. And this helps the container drain really well. So we'll just put a couple of handfuls of this in there. Okay, we'll just mix those around a little bit. This mix should give the sweet potatoes a real fluffy mixture of soil so that they can, roots can go wherever they want to in it and produce some pretty good sized sweet potatoes. Again, this is the first time I've grown sweet potatoes, so we'll see what happens. Okay. And the next thing we're going to do is set up a drip drainage system on it. I've already got drip lines run to these containers and to the raised bed out there. They're in place and ready to go. So I'll just add a separate line for this one since it's a completely different size than the other pots. In order to get the proper amounts of water into each different size pot, you have to use a separate line. Otherwise, you'll be overwatering or underwatering some of them. What I'll be using that is drip line. It already has the holes in it where it will allow a certain amount of water to come out each one. There's emitters built into the tubing, and then I've got a pressure reducer fitting to go on my water timer, and this reduces the water pressure down to 25 psi so it doesn't blow the line out as we go. So I'll cut off a couple of circles of this and put them on top in there, and then it'll be ready to attach a feed line to it. Okay, we'll plug one end of this. Or actually, what I'll probably do is use a T connector and plug both ends into the T connector into the water feed. That way it maintains the same pressure throughout the system and doesn't create a spot at the end of the near the end of it where the pressure would spike and deliver a lot more water out. Had that happen last year on some of these. I've learned to loop them when I can. And of course they retain that bend to them. It's not very warm today, or this will be easy to straighten out. This is going to be the last really cool night in the forecast for the next 2 weeks, so I'm hoping to get my garden put in the next couple of days once we get past tonight, so I can get the tomatoes and pepper plants out of the house and the marigolds put into containers so they can go nuts. Okay, let's see. I need about a little more than enough to go around twice is what I'm trying to get here. Okay. I hate kinking it. That could be a problem. And that should be plenty right there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. And that'll be all that we need to use for it. I'll get a couple of stakes to tie it down and be right back. Okay, I went ahead and got some little landscape stakes to try and put this tubing down where it'll stay. Let's start this around this end. Not sure it'll stay with it. It's not getting very much bite. I may have to wait till the sun warms it up a little to finish. It seems to be working so far. Okay, I was able to get it to lay flat. I'm going to move the camera over here. That should give you a look at it. This is excess, it'll come off. We'll create the T right here and bring the feed line in over there, and that'll give plenty of water to the plants for the soil and keep them moist where needed. It's also got a lot of drainage holes. Okay, there's two things left to do. One is to attach the supply line, which we'll go ahead and do that. And then the other thing is to cover it up with some mulch. And for that, I've got some leaf mulch that I collected out of the yard last fall, and it's in good shape and ready to go. So I've got a right over here. You can see the wheelbarrow or the cart. It's full of that, and then the raised bed also has an abundance of leaf mulch in it. So we'll get that and get this mulched in and ready to plant. So we'll go ahead and get the tubing measured out and get it ready to go. I use 1/4-inch tubing for the feed line that works with the 25 psi, and I'm going to go ahead and get enough of this pulled out so it'll reach around the corner. So let me step back over this way and get an approximate measure of it. And a little bit extra so that if we decide to move the bed somewhere, we can still reach it with the line. That ought to be more than enough. It looks like we got a pretty decent cut, so we'll use that. And this is the little T adapter that I'm going to use. I forgot I've got to cut that line. We're going to cut it on this side of that sprinkler or emitter. Okay. And if it was warmer, this would be much easier to do. These would press in a lot better. So we're going to work with what we got. It went in pretty well. Make sure I don't have any debris in there. Okay, those are hooked up together. And so I just need, there it is, the feed line. Okay. And I'll just plan around the drip line as we go. But for right now, I'll go ahead and hook up the other end. I'll take you around there so you can see how it's done. Okay, we'll go ahead and get this connected. And the way you do that is you just push the tubing into this connector piece. There we go. Make sure it's in there good. And then we just screw this end on. I probably should have done that the other way so that I wouldn't have to deal with the twisting. Let me take this off. There we go. This will work. You can see I just screwed this onto the open bib. Always check and make sure you've got a washer in place. Otherwise, you'll have a little surprise when you turn it on. And we'll just tighten this up. Make sure these are set right. Go ahead and turn some water pressure onto it. Then we're going to turn that on to auto and manual. And that's on bib number 1. So I'm going to have to use my phone now to, which is also my camera, to set that up. So as soon as I get that done, then I'll bring you back on. Okay, we've turned it on. And then looking to it, right here, I don't know if you can see that. It's draining a little bit of water out of it, which is what we want and expect. And each one of these, yeah, that one's working. Back over here, you can see it a little better. Here, here, and here. So I think we were successful in that. So now we just need to go ahead and apply some mulch. And the mulch I mentioned before is right here. This is just leaves we've picked up in the backyard. And we'll be using that. These are from last fall, so they're definitely dried out and ready to go. So we'll put that in there, and then that'll be the last thing we need to do. Okay, let's go ahead and get the leaf mulch put in. It rained on it yesterday a little, so it's probably wet, so I'll use the gloves. Okay, there it is. You got a 45-gallon landscape container that's now full of good quality growing medium. Has drip irrigation set up on it. Is easily mobile with the wheels platform that we built underneath it. So we're ready to go. Should be the next day or two when we do a video of planning everything out. Hope you'll join us for that. But for now, that's everything we've got. Thank you. Here's a final look up close of it.